Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of 1923 Main Street.
Home of the Disney Travel Podcast with the latest Disney travel news. We are your hosts.
I am Mike Bella Braddock.
And I'm Amelia Bella Braddock. And today, some news on Women's History Month and what Raglan Road is doing for St. Paddy's Day.
And beyond. Yeah, let's start with the honoring of Women's History Month. And they came up with somehow I think I've heard this before, but the Celebrate Her Story instead of His Story.
Yes, wow.
But they broke it out even more to
Original
Celebrate
Disney.
Her Story at Walt Disney World. So, as always, I'll check the show notes for all the details. We're not going to go through every single detail of everything that's happening, but some of the highlights, for example, special selfie backdrops.
Yes.
Always a popular one.
Of course. Unique photo silhouette backdrops showcase strong female Disney characters. You can find them all across the property, from Disney Springs to more than 20 resort hotels.
Yeah, sounds like they're going to be everywhere.
Yes. And they didn't specify which kind of heroines, but I assume popular from their movies.
Yep. So snap a selfie with your favorite Disney heroine. I'm sure we'll start seeing those on social media. Disney Springs is also going to have female DJs at their dance party, which is always fun. I like those little outdoor dance parties at Disney Springs.
Yes.
Magic Kingdom Park has one of my favorite female leads.
They will offer tribute to the Disney Imagineers at Liberty Square Market. It's the Madame Leota cupcake inspired by Leota tombs.
Yes.
Delicious food. And at Friar Nook, it's a Small World cupcake inspired by Mary Blair. And on food carts on Main Street, USA, you will find the Cinderella Castle mosaic cupcake inspired by Dorothea Redmond.
And we'll see how many of those look great but don't taste so good. Yeah. Our issue with Disney cupcakes generally.
Yes.
But they are pieces of art.
Very photogenic.
Which I like. Yeah, so check out the hotels. One I will call out is Disney All-Star Movies Resort. And at Art of Animation, they have chorizo arepas. We were talking about arepas in the other show. And, of course, a Mirabelle cupcake. So you know what's inspired these treats. Encanto. So check out all the way that they are celebrating the women of Disney history in particular. Lots of good stuff coming up.
I'm just waiting for Isabella to have something.
Well,
or Isabella.
Maybe we'll find some surprises as we look around. And also, there is some new fun things in the Play Disney Parks app. So if you're bored in line, there's a special Women of Imagineering feature and a trivia game in there. And who doesn't love Disney trivia?
I'm excited to try this because the Play Disney Parks app has been acting up for me. So we'll see.
I don't really love that app personally, but
I don't mind it when it works, which is rare.
We'll let you try it this time and see what's going on. All right, let's jump across to Disney California Adventure Park, where they are having a one-day-only special event. If you have little ones, you will want to take part in the first ever Disney Junior Fun Fest.
Be there or be square.
On Friday, April 29th. It takes place as we said, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Disney California Adventure Park.
Yes, I know as a little child I would have loved to be there because it will include sneak peeks at upcoming Disney Junior series, so basically it's Investors Day for kids, special announcements, and surprise appearances. And a Doc McStuffin stage show highlighting the 10 years of the beloved.
10 years.
I know.
It
just finished last year.
Wow, that's crazy.
I know.
That was a long series. I remember when it started, I actually remember wondering, this is a cool show. I wonder if it'll last.
Oh, yeah.
So it did. It got a whole decade.
It got a whole spin-off thing, too. Then she made her own new hospital, and it was...
I didn't even know that.
It was crazy by the end, but,
And they're also going to have a unbirthday party. This one is an Alice in Wonderland theme.
With Alice's Wonderland Bakery Unbirthday Party, as they call it.
And the staple Disney classic cupcake decorating.
Of course. What would it be without cupcake decorating?
What would it be without that?
And also, it's an experience for junior chefs being offered through California Adventure Food and Wine Festival from March 4th to April 29th.
Yeah, so some little extra things going on. But check out that one-day Disney Junior show if you have little ones or big ones who may appreciate that.
I would really have loved to do some of this stuff. Disney, you're too late. Come on.
Well, you can still go. Disney is ageless and timeless. You don't know that till you're my age, but you're starting to appreciate it as a young teen.
Disney is heightest.
All right. What would a show be without some talk of food?
Of course. The sweet treats at Hollywood Studios are heating up with spring flavors.
Yeah, and this one's a little interesting because it's almost like Hollywood Studios said, hey, why is the Flower and Garden getting all this attention? So I have
we're the better park in that area.
I have to admit, there's some pretty good things coming in here. So there is, at Hollywood Scoops, this orange blossom shake, and we will be posting pictures of some of these. So watch the 1923 Main Street social feeds. This one's cool. Orange and cream milkshake topped with whipped cream and an orange-scented donut. It's a little donut, not a big one.
Yes.
The next one is the most picture-worthy, I believe.
Yes, I would have guessed. At Catalina Eddie's, the Beauty and the Beast Rose, which is a dark chocolate mousse with a taste of black currant and morella cherry, sits atop a chocolate shortbread cookie. Whipped cookies and cream fluff is gorgeously topped with a glided chocolate-covered cocoa nibs.
Gilded chocolate-covered cocoa nibs.
All I'm hearing is a whole lot of chocolate.
Yes, and gilded is usually gold.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's some cool stuff. I don't know why. Like, really, indulgent spring flavors. That's what they're calling it. So they just said, hey, let's do some cool cup. There's a s'mores cupcake over at Rosie's All-American Cafe.
This I want to try.
The s'mores cupcake?
Yes.
What's in there? Graham cracker, buttercream, toasted marshmallows. Yeah, and even a mini chocolate bar. Yeah. Well,
is it like a coffee crisp or a Kit Kat, or like what's the chocolate
probably
bar?
If it's a s'more, shouldn't it just be plain chocolate? But I guess you can go off-roading.
Would it be like a mini Hershey's or?
The Trolley Car Cafe has a chocolate-covered apple.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the chocolate-covered apples.
What happened to the caramel apples?
This is a spin on that, although it is peanut butter crunch.
I've never had a caramel apple.
That might be interesting. Yes, you have. Didn't we buy you a Disney one? There's tons of them at Disney World, so you can have one next week.
Okay, great.
Over at the ABC Commissary, the mint chocolate chip cheesecake. Yeah, I might actually like that, even though I'm not a huge cheesecake fan.
Yes.
But I do like mint.
Yeah, but they have not one, but two desserts, also with the tropical tart. Now, this is a mango passion fruit, curd-filled graham cracker tart topped with whipped raspberry, vanilla, bean, panna cotta, toasted coconut, and dehydrated strawberry and passion fruit.
There is a lot going on for a little tart in that one, I have to say. Pizzerizzo is joining in the spring fun with a strawberry cheesecake cannoli. Yes. Would I want that? Possibly. And last but not least...
Oh, this I've heard a lot about. The Woody's Lunchbox Banana Fudge Lunchbox Tart. This is banana and peanut butter and chocolate fudge stuffed in a pastry which is coated with banana fondant, banana chips, and rainbow sprinkles.
Yeah, I saw a picture of this.
It looks more appetizing than it tastes, apparently.
No, it does not even look appetizing to me.
It looks really good.
It looks like a gigantic flat cookie.
No, it looks like a Pop-Tart.
I was just going to say that.
It looks like a Pop-Tart. But it looks like a Pop-Tart I want to eat.
All right, it looks like a Pop-Tart. Now, that's the early stories. Here's the story I really want to talk about. We'll be there. We're always there every spring. Love it. And this is St. Patrick's Day at Walt Disney World, and specifically...
Raglan Road.
Now...
Don't miss the Raglan Road Mighty St. Patrick's Day Festival. And as St. Patrick's Day is almost kicking off, it is back this year from March 11th to 17th at the Raglan Road Pub. And you can enjoy the very best of Irish talent and a variety of beers, cocktails, classic Irish fare, and more. Yeah, we're going to have lots of details on this on our website. But if you are going to be at Walt Disney World at this time, as we are every year because it falls on our spring break when we always go, it's so much fun. And you know what? We have gone into Raglan Road and done it inside with the dancers and the beer and all that stuff. But also, I actually prefer not going into Raglan Road and just enjoying the ambiance, because all around Disney Springs and even beyond, you really get that St. Patrick's Day feeling. So we've already got some little St. Patrick's Day things to wear. Yeah. Even when we went to Hollywood Studios once, Sonny was outside with the money. He's dressed up old Hollywood style, and he was quizzing you, Amelia, in front of all the crowds. And you know that they're not real money. When they give you the money, it's not real. They are scamming children, and it's a problem. It's collector's money. But it's not real money. But back at Raglan Road, which is the central part of this whole festival, they do fly in top talent bands called Jig Jam, the Lisa Candy Band, Emerald Shore, and of course the Raglan Road Irish Dancers, who are the staple. Yes. Now, I will say, St. Patrick's Day is March 17th. This is a Thursday. If you are actually planning to go on that day, this is like festival seating. So doors open at 10 a.m. It's first come, first serve, and you can't just walk in on that day. There's a $20 cover if you're 18 or older. So for the rest of it, from 11th to 16th, all the other days when it's sort of in the spirit leading up to it, you should get a reservation there. Yeah. But if you want to go actually on St. Patrick's Day, get there early and see how long you can last before... the green beer reaches its fill. This is like how tickets go out of the concerts. Get there early and get a seat. Yeah, so that's my favorite story this week, because I love being there for St. Patrick's Day. And closing it out, a story with a little touch of our nearby hometown of Toronto. Disney's Turning Red
the backdrop for the whole movie is the Toronto area.
Yeah, a 13-year-old girl in Toronto. Who would know anything about that?
And they're bringing it to Walt Disney World.
Yes.
So there are some cool things. Again, check out the show notes for full details, but more fun food items. For example, Disney Springs at Amaret's Patisserie.
Yes, Amaret's Turning Red mini dome cake.
This one's really cool looking. I'm going to post a picture of it.
It's based off the classic Canadian dessert, which I have never heard of.
The Nanaimo bar.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't like Nanaimo bars. Okay. Nanaimo bars look like, they're sort of like a brownie in terms that they're dense, but they're layered with different layers of things. They're very rich.
Could be good.
I'm not a fan of them, but I know people love them just because I don't love sweets generally, and especially not really dense, rich sweets. But if you like Nanaimo bars, you're going to love this. It's a dome cake, though. It almost looks like sort of a panda. There's little ears off it.
Yeah, well, it's got lots of layers, including chocolate brownie, coconut, nuts, vanilla custard, and semi-sweet chocolate.
Yeah, so that is Nanaimo bar-ish, but it doesn't look like one when you look at it.
Yeah.
So it's going to trick you. Over at Epcot, Canada Popcorn Cart, of course, because it's filmed in Toronto.
Yes.
Not filmed in Toronto, but based on the
they
city.
They filmed it in the cartoon Toronto, which we all have here.
Yes, they filmed in the cartoon Toronto. You got to find the sewer grate to get into the cartoon Toronto. But they have a pretty cool thing, too.
Yes.
I might try this.
They have the Pand-Aid, which is, I guess, a pun on panda, and it's a coconut pomegranate lemonade with pomegranate boba pearls.
Yeah, I'm going to post a picture of that,
boba.
too. It looks good. And then if you want to take it up a notch.
Yes, at Le Cellier Steakhouse.
One of our favorites, there is a beef stir-fry poutine.
Yes.
Again, another really weird mix of Chinese culture and sort of a Canadian classic.
I've never tried poutine.
They're mashing it up. You've never tried poutine?
I know.
What kind of Canadian are you?
Have you tried it?
Yes, of course. Many, many times.
Okay, well then.
It's okay. It's very rich. I would prefer just fries and gravy. Don't need the cheese curds in there generally, but it's pretty good. There's also shrimp and pork dumplings, pickled cucumbers. That might be good. And then for dessert,
the Turning Red cake, citrus and vanilla chiffon cake with raspberry coulis and fresh strawberries.
Yeah, so lots of stuff going on, lots of little stories. You know, over the past few weeks, all the news has really been just about festivals and festivals coming on and things opening up, and it seems to be getting more and more back to normal, dare I say.
Yes.
And the final news story.
Exactly. What would this be without news about a Disney cruise ship? As of March 11th, masks on Disney Cruise Line in most indoor locations throughout the ships are optional.
Yeah, so masking continues to slide away.
This is what's happening at the world too right now.
Yes,
though.
unless you're people like us or other international travelers who have to be sure you test positive or negative, who have to be sure you test negative in order to get on a plane home. So I wish they would drop those. You know, it's funny. We have to do a test, of course, to cross the border back into Canada. So does the UK. I believe maybe they've dropped it, but we have not. And ironically, then you get here and everything's open up, no masks, all that sort of stuff, no vaccine passports, everything going on. So if you're going to drop everything,
drop the test.
Government
people.
of Canada, please don't make us test. I mean, I like the test, but not when, what am I testing for? The whole country, at least where we live, is opened up. So why am I testing?
Yeah. Where I'm not going to get it on the plane any more likely than I'm going to get it at the grocery store.
The tests were created originally to keep the virus out. Well, the virus is exploding here, there, and everywhere. So we're not trying to keep anything out anymore. I don't mind masks on the plane. I mean, I'm actually pro-masks and pro-tests where they make sense. But right now, it doesn't make sense anymore. There's my little rant.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's the news for this week, everyone. Lots of little fun festivals coming on. Let us know which ones you'll be checking out. We'll be at Walt Disney World next week, so we'll be in a lot of these festivals. And we'll do a little catch-up on what lived up to the hype from the newscast.
Yes.
All right, thanks for joining us here at 1923 Main Street. We'll see you again next week, and have a magical day.
Bye-bye.